So why don't women initiate sex? One reason some women don't initiate sex is that they feel there can never be any intimacy without it ending in sex. In other words, guys, many women in committed relationships are hesitant to even ask to cuddle, hold you intimately, or kiss because they believe it would never just end there. This insight comes straight from the powder room. There's a lesson to learn here. If you stick with me to the end of today's video, I'll give you more reasons why women never initiate sex and what you can do to turn this around. Historically, women have been positioned as the gatekeepers of sex, with societal expectations dictating how they should behave in romantic and sexual encounters. This role isn't just a relic of the past. It's a narrative that continues to shape attitudes and actions today. From a young age, women are taught to prioritize being desirable over expressing their own desires. This message is reinforced in media, books, literature, you name it, and even in casual conversations that frame men as pursuers and women as those to be pursued. Now we live in a fairly progressive world where women stand shoulder to shoulder with men in education, careers, and even domestic matters. Of course, depending on where you live. But when it comes to initiating sex, women are still stuck in the dark ages. We push for equality in every walk of life, so why is the responsibility of initiating in the bedroom always placed on the man? Reason number 1. Women simply desire sex differently. A lot of women experience sexual desire in a way that's completely different from how men do. For men, you're visual. Your desire responds instantly to what you see or feel. It could be an erotic image, or something associated with sex that immediately turns you on. But desire doesn't escalate so quickly in women. And no, she won't automatically be turned on by seeing your naked body either. Female desire builds up slowly and deliberately. If you research the kind of adult entertainment women prefer, you'll notice it involves more foreplay, kissing, caressing, and emotional build-up, than straight action. Keep this in mind, and you'll begin to understand how to get your woman there. She'll appreciate you more, and I dare say, she might even begin to initiate. Why? Because you'll become the master of building sexual tension, and she'll be the one thinking you're moving too slow. The lesson here: don't be in a hurry to jump to the end when there's so much more to enjoy along the way. Unlike men, most women like to take it slow and wait for the right moment to initiate. Reason number 2. Women don't have enough testosterone. This is a biological fact. Testosterone, the male hormone, is what makes men more aggressive, including sexually. The more testosterone you have, the more sexually charged you are. Here are 3 key things to know about testosterone. It's directly linked to the development of male sexual characteristics and regulates libido. Higher levels usually mean increased sexual desire. It influences sexual desire by acting on specific brain areas that regulate libido. It also affects how the brain responds to sexual stimuli. Testosterone plays a role in genital sensitivity and the health of sexual organs, which affects both desire and performance in men. Now, women do produce testosterone, but in much smaller amounts through the ovaries and adrenal glands. And honestly, you probably want it to stay that way, because more testosterone in women could mean unwanted side effects like excessive hair growth, acne, and increased aggression. So what's the takeaway? Testosterone makes men more forthcoming with their sexual desires. That doesn't mean women have no desire. It just means the lack of testosterone makes us less aggressive and overt. As I said earlier, women feel sexual desire differently. If you can remember this simple saying, women need a reason to have sex, men need a place, you'll be a much happier man. Reason number 3, there may be no emotional connection. To encourage a woman to initiate sex, you need to understand the importance of emotional connection. Unlike the unrealistic portrayals of women in adult entertainment, real women's sexual desires are deeply tied to their emotional state and how connected they feel to you. For a woman to feel comfortable initiating sex, her man needs to create a supportive and appreciative environment. This means making her feel desired beyond the physical. Never treat her like a sex object. Engage in meaningful communication, respect her as an individual, and show consistent, genuine care for her needs and feelings. This doesn't require grand romantic gestures, just little things that show her she's seen, heard, and valued. When she feels secure and respected, she'll feel more confident expressing her desire for sex. Reason number 4, she might simply not be in the mood. Sometimes the reason is purely biological. Women go through hormonal fluctuations throughout the month due to their menstrual cycle. During PMS, sex is often the last thing on her mind. PMS, premenstrual syndrome, comes with physical and emotional symptoms that hit hardest during the last 4 days before her period and ease up 2 to 3 days after. In contrast, during ovulation, she may feel more needy, more aroused, and more likely to initiate. But beyond hormones, external factors like a bad day at work or a fight with a friend can kill the mood, too. Keep that in mind. Reason number 5, fear of rejection and being labeled loose. Generation after generation, women have been conditioned to believe that men are the pursuers, period. Our best move? Look coy and pretty. Maybe feign a mild protest when sex is proposed. That's how it's been for centuries. Rejection hits women harder because society discourages us from being the initiators. Being turned down makes us question our worth, especially when our sexual desirability has been so closely tied to our identity. Even in today's world, sexually confident women are still seen as too forward or too much. And guess what? As much as men are excited by the idea of a sexually expressive woman, many are intimidated by the thought of actually dating or marrying one. Society still upholds this virtue of chastity for women, and it's something both men and women have been conditioned into. Bonus tip for married men. When you don't contribute to household chores, it can leave your woman feeling exhausted and overburdened. That imbalance drains her physically and mentally, leaving zero energy for intimacy. Help around the house. Share responsibilities. You'll both have more time and space to feel close and create room for intimacy. Now that I've touched on one solution, here are a few more. Back off the pressure. If she touches you, cuddles you, or squeezes your bum, it doesn't have to lead to sex. When men stop assuming affection equals a green light, they often end up getting the end result they want even more often. Remind yourself, this doesn't have to lead to sex. Talk to her, share your needs and wants. Ask what's going on in her life. Let her know you're there. Always. Tell her you love her and that you'd love it if she initiated sometimes. And when she does, make a big deal out of it. Celebrate that moment. It'll reinforce the behavior and encourage her to do it again. Show love without sex. Make time for intimacy in other forms. Plan thoughtful dates. Offer compliments. Listen actively. And do the things she enjoys. Small acts like cooking her favorite meal or giving her a break from chores speak volumes. They strengthen your bond and show her love beyond the physical. Remember, every relationship is unique. There's no one-size-fits-all. It's about discovering what works for both of you, respecting each other's boundaries, and nurturing that connection. Don't be afraid to explore and talk about intimacy together. It could lead to a stronger, more fulfilling relationship. If you found this video helpful, let me know by smashing that like button. Subscribe for more content like this. You won't be disappointed. Thank you for watching, and I'll definitely catch you in the next one. Cheers.